In this video, we're going to show you the comparison between the Pride Gochair and the Golden Technology BuzzAbout. Stay tuned. So these units are going to look similar, but there are going to be differences between these two units. Now, both of these units are going to have a 300-pound weight capacity. They're going to go similar speeds. They're going to say the Pride Gochair is 3.8 miles an hour. They say the Golden BuzzAbout is about 4 miles an hour. Now, that's pretty much similar speed. They're both going to get you about 11-mile range. Now, do remember that's going to determine on the weight of the person, how often you're stopping and going, and the kind of terrain that you're driving on. So ideal conditions, inside a home, not stopping a lot, or inside an assisted living facility, maybe 11 miles. Hey, if you're going outside, up hills, scale that down. If you get 7, 8 miles, it's probably a good range. Now, turning radius, the Gochair is going to turn in about 3 inches less of a turning radius. They say this has about a 25.5-inch turning radius, and this is a little over 28 inches of a turning radius. So the Gochair does win in the category of turning radius. It's going to be a little bit more compact of a unit. Now, these units do break apart, and the heaviest piece on the Gochair is about 36 pounds, which is probably going to be the rear section of the unit. And then on the BuzzAbout, it's about just a hair under 35 pounds, which is going to be your seat. So do remember, it's only a pound difference in the weight when you're breaking these units apart. Now, when I mention seats, the BuzzAbout does have this 17-inch seat that is a high back seat with a headrest. Now, there's no adjustability in the sense of like a spring-loaded handle like you might see on other units. So it's just you can fold the seat down forward, you can bring it back, but that is the position it is in. But it is nice because it is a higher back seat with a headrest, so it will support somebody that's a little bit taller just due to the structure of the back. Now, the Gochair, this is the only style looking of seat you can get. This is an 18-inch seat by about 17 inches in depth. Now, you can also get this seat for a 20 by 18, but it is not going to have any higher backrest. It's just going to be a little bit wider and a hair deeper on the seat. Now, besides that, the BuzzAbout is going to come in a standard red color, and they do ship the blue shrouds with it, which you can see that we installed the blue on this unit. On the Gochair, you are going to have about, 5 or 6 different color options that you can choose from to really kind of customize what this looks like. Now, one advantage of the Gochair is it does have underneath storage on this unit. So underneath the unit, you do have a handle on this basket. If you lift this up, you can swing these out on both sides, and then you can put in there like a small purse or your cell phone or your wallet. So you do have a little bit of underneath storage on this unit. Now, one of the advantages of the BuzzAbout is there is a light built into the footplate. There's a little switch right here, right above your relay switch. If you click that on, your headlight comes on up front. Now, you will see it turn off after a couple seconds, but as soon as you engage this throttle, it's going to stay on. So don't think your light's not working if you hit the switch and it went off after a couple seconds. Do engage the drive, and then your light will come back on. Now, one disadvantage I would say about the Gochair is those underneath storage. When you are actually physically taking this unit apart, it is going to be more of a pain to take this apart just due to the underneath storage. You do have to swing these out in order to take your seat off. The reason being is because these actually engage underneath your seat post, and I've had individuals trying to lift the seat off, and they're not able to lift the seat off because they have not swung those underneath storage out. Now, if you do not like the underneath storage, you are able to remove those, but those are standard that do come on the unit. Now, one extra thing that I do notice that is kind of nice on the BuzzAbout is your footplate is going to be significantly wider than what you have on your Gochair. So a footplate is one of the needs that you are requesting. You want to keep your feet a little bit wider apart. The BuzzAbout is going to have a wider footplate, but do remember the BuzzAbout is going to be a little bit more expensive than the Gochair. Now, both of these units are going to have rear docking devices on there. If you want to put any rear accessories on the back of these units, you are able to do that. And I will quickly show you how you would break each one of these units down. So first of all, I'm going to turn the Gochair around first, because the first step that you're going to want to do on the Gochair is you're going to want to disconnect the power right here in the back. There's a plug that you're going to unplug. That's going to be the first step that you need to do before you're going to take your seat off. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to pull your seat down, and then you're going to swing those underneath storage out so that you can lift your seat up and off of the unit. Then you would put the unit off to the side. The next step that you would do is take your battery pack. You would lift your battery pack up, and set that on the ground. And now the last thing you have remaining is going to be your frame. Now pretty much on all Pride units, right here in the back of the unit, if you lift this up, the back and the front will break apart, and this is going to be your heaviest piece right here at 36 pounds. It's really easy to put these units back together. It doesn't take long. Once you know what you're doing, everything should just snap in place. There should not be any type of force that you would need to actually snap these back together. If you are doing that, then that means probably something's not aligned, and I would check to make sure you're aligned straight before you just go ahead and step on it and try to force it back together. Once you drop your seat back on, your last step you're going to need to do is take your power cable and connect it back here, and then go ahead and turn your joystick on and make sure you have power. So obviously I did this right because now it is able to drive. Now for the BuzzAbout, it's a little bit different. It's going to be similar, but what you're going to do with this, the first step, because you don't have a quick disconnect down here in the back, which you did on the Gochair, you're going to want to disconnect it right here behind the joystick. So there's going to be a little tab you're going to push in, and you're going to disconnect it there, and then you're going to have this little Velcro strap that's holding the cable around the arm. So what you're going to do is you're going to let that go. So once you've unvelcroed this strap right here, you're going to go ahead and put your cable off to the side, and now you're going to be able to take your seat off. Now on this unit, you would basically just lift straight up on the seat, and the seat will come off. That is going to be your heaviest piece, they say, at about 34.5 pounds, 35 pounds. Next step you're going to do is take your battery pack, lift your battery pack up. Now I did not mention this earlier, but on both units you are able to charge the units directly into the battery pack when the unit is not assembled. So if you want to leave all the pieces in your vehicle and just charge your batteries, you can. Charging port is on the front of the Gochair battery pack, and it's on the inside in the back on the BuzzAbout battery pack. Now from here, the last step that you're going to do, it's going to be similar to the Gochair. You're going to have a handle back here in the back. You're going to lift that handle and you're going to walk it away. Those are what pieces you're going to be left with the BuzzAbout. So they are going to be about similar size. I would say the BuzzAbout is just a hair bigger in pieces to fit in your vehicle, but not much. So to then put it back together, it's pretty straightforward. You're going to not force just like on the other unit, and there should be no force applied. You see how easily that just went together. Then you're going to take your battery pack, drop your battery pack back on the unit, take your seat, drop the seat back onto the base, take your cable, Velcro, and I'm going to probably say plug it into the joystick first. That's going to be a little bit easier. And then I would take the excess slack over here, and then I would strap that back around. The reason why you want to do this is you want to make sure your cable's not dragging on the ground or getting caught in your tire. Some people, if they're not taking it apart a lot, will wrap the excess cable up here around the back. You have a little twist knob that's going to hold your accessory port on. You just want to basically make sure your cable's not going to get snagged onto something and get yanked out of your joystick. Now, as I'm going through this, they do have different electronics. This has the Pinion gyros. This is the GC joystick. This is going to have the dynamics. This is called a Lynx joystick. So they are two different electronics. This has been around a lot longer, the GC joystick. The Lynx is kind of a newer style joystick. So time will tell how each one of those holds up. But now let's go ahead. I'm going to take these units outside and show you a quick driving demonstration. So follow us out there. This is the Pride Gochair. This is the 300-pound portable unit. You can see the really tight turning radius on this. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to drive this in the grass because people are going to ask me which one is going to have a little bit more power in the grass. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn this. Gochair doesn't really have any problem. I mean, this is really compact ground, so I wouldn't say this is going to be smooth. It's not an overly powerful unit, but this would be enough to go, hey, I want to go to my grandkids' baseball games. Now, this type of ideal situation here, you got to look at that. That had a little bit of a dip in your footplate. So sometimes you want to make sure you're not going down too deep because you will scrape that footplate if you're going down too much of an incline. This is a fantastic unit for anybody that needs something that's portable. It's only 36 pounds to fit in the back of your vehicle. You can see I'm 6 foot tall, 220 pounds, and I'm sitting on an 18-inch seat here, and I do sit comfortably, but you can see what I'm talking about, like with the footplate in comparison. You do have to keep your feet somewhat together, so do notice the difference when I take the BuzzAbout out. You'll kind of see how I sit a little bit different in the unit, and then you can also see the back support. You can see where this goes up to me at a 6 foot tall person, and now I'm going to go ahead and drive the BuzzAbout in these similar conditions so you can just kind of see how I look in each one of the units. So this is the BuzzAbout by Golden Technologies. So you can see with this unit here, My feet do sit a little bit farther apart. I have a little bit more space in between the feet. And you can see on the back rest, you can see how the last one went just below my shoulder blades, where this one does sit a lot higher. Now the headrest, I mean, you know, it's not really going to fit your head. You can see it does not come up to my head, but it is almost just more like an extra support all the way up to almost your neck with the headrest included. So you can see that that is going to support me a little bit better. Now the depth of the seat, I am a 6 foot tall, so with the Gochair, if I had an 18-inch depth seat, it would sit farther up my legs and support my legs a little bit more. But you can see how my feet are a little bit more spread apart on this foot plate as compared to the Gochair. So now I'm going to go ahead and take this BuzzAbout out here in the grass as well, and I'm going to see how this does out here. So with the BuzzAbout, turning them, I mean, it's very similar. Neither one are going to have crazy amount of power in the grass, and it's going to be that same issue you're running into if you go down. I will say the foot plate sits up higher on the BuzzAbout. The ground clearance is a little bit higher, so if you are going down some type of steep angles, you know, almost like in Florida where they have culverts at the bottom of the driveways, this has a better clearance with your foot plate sitting higher up off the ground. So this one might be a hair better in certain types of terrains. But overall, you can see how I'm sitting in these units. They are going to be very comparable. They're both the top 2 brands on the market, so you're not going to go wrong with either unit. But there are a few pluses and minuses. So if you have any questions, you're interested in one of these units, give us a call and we'll see which one best fits your needs.
Hi, I'm Mark.
And my name is Alex. We're co-owners of Marc's Mobility.
I started this company in 1995.
We sell many products, not just what you see in this video. If you have any questions or concerns, please call us at the number below at 800-677-6293. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.